Peace and love.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Peace and love. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love.
Jealousy. Jealousy is a dangerous thing. It's a scary thing what people will do when you didn't do nothing to him. It ain't like they was fighting in the field and the fight got out of control. Abel hadn't done nothing to Cain. Cain just killed him because God blessed him. Some people just hate you because you blessed. It's not what you did. It's not what you said. They just hate you because you're blessed. I'm not going to stop walking in my blessings so you like me. I'm not going to give up my blessings so I can fit in with you. If you can't handle it, take your best shot because I'm blessed. Shout it out, I'm blessed.
Fast to make bad people good people. You fast to create a positive energy force where other forces can gather. The word fast means to abstain from. So if you drinking water, you're on a water diet. That's not a fast. You drinking fruit juice, you're on a fruit juice diet. When you take nothing, when you talk about the story of Jesus and them, that's 40 days on just breathing. I never understood why Gandhi got so much play. He, the longest he fasted was 13 days. I didn't realize that's 13 days with nothing. You know, just breathing. And then everything in the body changes. You know, the universe takes over. And the people who know more than anybody else is the Church of God in Christ. See, I always thought you had to go X amount of days taking juice to get ready for a fast. Man, they go from eating dinner to a fast. And when they break their fast, they go right back to the pork chops and nothing happens to them.
Peace and love.
But also it heals, it cleanses. See, once you go on a fast, the body starts consuming itself. So if you took a comb and combed your hair, what are the hairs going to come out in the comb? The weak ones or the strong ones?
The weak ones.
Okay, so if you have cancer, when you go on the fast, it start eating up all. That's how you
That's
heal.
fact.
The day you was here, if you just assume when the universe invented this planet, it hadn't been back. So if it wasn't here then, it ain't supposed to be here now.
Peace and love.
If it's here now, it wasn't made by the universe. No. Just had
I'm
a hell of a
tough. I'm
story
loving.
the other day that
And I'm tough. I expect, I work very hard. And I want young men and women to know you have to work very hard. With Richard Pryor and Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, a number of the men, especially men, but the women too, they have come here to my home in North Carolina to talk to me and to ask me how do I feel about this or that. And they are all my children. I accept that they're my children. I accept that you are. You see, it's important for me to understand that. Then I must tell you the truth as I understand it. Because you may be the last person I'll speak to. Life is life and death is death. And so I must be telling the truth when I speak.
You did that with Tupac when Tupac was a bit out of what is in his own space on
He
court.
says that one day he'll be president of the United States of America. Based on who currently resides in the White House, I don't know that he's that far off. They have a lot in common, Donald Trump and Kanye West. They both are declare themselves geniuses, one a stable one and one just a regular one who just happens to be bipolar. So they are both demagogues, and both of them have wives who we've both seen naked. And both of them believe and count on the stupidity of America. Now, Kanye West opens up about religion. He says, I'm no longer a slave. I'm a son of God. Have you ever noticed that Kanye West, whenever he says anything about black people, he always puts the word slave in it? Slave all the time. He's the only black man I've ever seen to put an asterisk next to slavery. When Kanye talks, white supremacists feel better about themselves. They feel that somebody understands them. He says that the Democrat Party has made black people slaves. They voted on food stamps for years. Let me ask you a question, genius, stable or otherwise. Where do most black people who have lived off these food stamps live? Most black people in the United States of America, 54% exactly, live in the southern region of the United States of America. The second most live in the Midwestern region, 19%, 54% in the South, 19% in the Midwest, 18% in the East, and about 7% in the West. 54% of black people live in the southern region of the United States of America. More black people live in the South than all of the other regions combined. And who governs them? Republicans.
You know, people always got their perceptions on Compton, or they always have it twisted when they say Compton, are you from LA? No, I'm from Compton.
That's a fact.
Compton is, you know, its own section, its own city. We're not LA. You know, people get that misunderstood all the time, but nah.
Get out of here, man. Yo, Mark ass. You see that shit? Shut it down. Open up the goddamn door, man. Hey, what's going on? Shut the fuck up, blood.
Peace and love. Remember. Again, in lovely Inglewood, California. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Emmett. You can follow me at EMCGEEE. We are at Accelerated Radio Studios, owned by Mr. Kevin Nash of KJLH. We got a special guest in the building today. I'm gonna turn these cameras around. I'm gonna get these hand claps going again. We got one of Compton's very own, Mr. Phonk P in here.
Compton's very own, Mr. Phonk P, man. Right. Shout out to Phonk P. It's your co-host, man, bro. You know where to follow me.
There it is.
Personal page, bro, the producer number 4. You know, business page, Slap It or Trash It, man. Shout out to Phonk P, man. Thanks for having you, man. Yeah, appreciate it, man. That's a fact. Yeah, man. So we're going to get straight into it, man. This is your first time down here, man. So we got to take it from the top, big bro. So I just want to know, man, where you grew up at, man?
I grew up in Compton. I moved to Compton when I was about like 9 years old. Before that, I stayed like in LA, but moved there at 9 years old, and then I've been staying there ever since. Shit.
Oh, so you Compton born and raised? Yeah, both of y'all Compton born and raised.
That's a fact. Yeah. Before we get into it too deep, can you get the people your handles, you know, so they can tap in and, you know, follow you and all that stuff?
Got you. Everything is Phonk P. It's PHONKP. Everything. I'm from everywhere. Yeah. So.
All right. Phonk P everywhere. Yeah. Hey, so you grew up in Compton, right? You said you went over there since you was about 9. You said, yeah. Let me ask you, how was it around that time when you grew up? How was it in Compton at that time growing up?
At that time, it was really popping at that time.
Yeah.
Especially the area I stayed at, it was just like a lot going on almost every day. So, I mean, you would see shit. You know, I mean, I was just a little nigga, so you know, I wasn't really outside like that, you know, but yeah, you used to see all kind of shit, you know, I mean, everyday type shit, it was popping every day, like,
that's
you feel me?
Yeah,
every day.
What was this like the 90s or something, early 90s or something?
Yeah, 90s, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's when there was a lot of gang banging and all of that going on. That's when Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society shit was really for real, real in effect. You can walk outside and see
it was completely different. LA in the 90s, Compton in the 90s, Watts in the 90s. I feel like you go through these hoods, wherever hood you at, they outside.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That time,
if you go through that hood, I remember going on the West Side, Pirus and all that. You go on that side,
really
they out there.
Yeah, they
you know
outside,
what I'm saying? So now it's not so much like that. You know what I'm saying? You might have to bend some corners to find some people and stuff like that. But in the 90s, yeah, you makes the wrong turn, everybody outside for sure.
for sure. You better go where you belong.
You better know where you at.
Oh, me, for real. Hey, quick question. Did you had any siblings, bro? Brothers or sisters or anything like that?
Yeah. I got 2 sisters and I got a brother, a younger brother.
Oh, you the oldest?
Kid. No, I'm the second oldest. Then I got a younger sister, and then I got a younger brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What schools you went to, bro? What high school? You went to the 10, I'm assuming.
Nah, actually, I didn't. See, I went to Davis Middle School in Compton. Then I went to the ES Center. Then
I know where the Yes shit is at. It ain't even there no more.
Nah, they got some kind of CrossFit shit.
Yeah. They be some baddies up in there though, man. You go to Food for Less on the right day, they be coming up out of there, boy.
For sure. But yeah, I went to then from there for high school, I went to Vernon Day. Like I played football.
Oh, you went to Verb? Okay.
Yeah, I was real good at football, so I went there, and then they shut the football program down, and that's when I went to Long Beach, Jordan, because I know they was Division I big time football. So. You know, it was just a competition thing. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to just make this move. Well, I was going to go to Poly, but mine was just like, nah, it's too far. So
Long Beach Poly, I'm sure they was cracking at that time, too.
Yeah, Long Beach, Jordan, yeah. We was like, you know, we was pretty good at that time, so yeah.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you, bro, growing up playing football and, you know, it was hectic at the time you was growing up in Compton, especially in, you know, in your neighborhood, bro. How did you juggle the two between just growing up having to deal with that and playing sports at the same time?
Well, primarily I was really dealing with sports, you feel me? I mean, the homies was there, you feel me? But I wasn't really indulging in the bullshit at the time, to be honest with you. It was just like, you know, play football, get out the hood, you feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Put on for the hood and all that, but you know, shit happens. So.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that was my primary goal. I was really just trying to get a scholarship. So.
Did you end up getting a scholarship?
Yeah, actually I did. I got a few scholarships. But the thing is, but the thing is, some rule passed to where they just put that rule in to where something, I don't know, something with the SATs or something like that. It wasn't matching up. Then, because I had scholarships to a few D1 AA's and a couple D2s. Then I went to Compton College, played over there, and then I got scholarships out of there. Then I went to a Division II school in Albany State. It was in Georgia, so played a season out there.
What position you was playing?
I was playing all over the line, primarily this center and guard position. I played tackle too though, because I was pretty fast. So.
That's a fact.
Okay, all right, yeah. Hey, so my boy was an athlete, man. You know what I'm saying? I can dig that. Hey, because I seen too, bro. I noticed you've been a writer since the beginning of the time, basically, bro. How did you get into just writing in general, bro? Because normally me, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I was good in school, but I hated that shit. Especially, I hated writing, I hated reading, I hated all of that, bro. Yeah. What was it that made writing so special or important to you?
It's just the way first when I got introduced to poetry and shit. When I was in elementary school or some shit. It was just the whole thing of putting words together, you know, and making stuff make sense at the same time, rhyming with it, you know. So I kind of like, even though I didn't like pick up a mic until later on in life, I always loved writing. Like I used to like write essays and write hella essays and shit like for the school type shit, you know, because I was really good at writing. So, but yeah, it was just like a natural thing for me. It just became kind of natural.
Oh yeah, I see. I like to hear that type of shit because, like for me, bro, I hate when I see people that come from the hood or people that just wherever. I don't even like just that term because people like to minimize you just to that.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. It's Phonk P, but Phonk P graduated college at the same time.
Oh yeah.
So Phonk P is no dummy. You get what I'm saying? So you know, I just appreciate just that in general. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate when they when they try to put us in the box or try to get me or try to minimize us or like we, you know, like what I'm saying. You know, so you know, that was real cool to me, man. That was really, you know.
Yeah, I'm for sure trying to break the mold, though, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you don't hear a lot of rappers like, oh, yeah, they went to college, you know, got a little degree and stuff like that. So, you know, it's a different type of time, different era. So,
yeah,
you know, it's more to it. It's just more to the rapping, the gangster shit, and, you know, shit that you experience. It's things that you accomplished also, you know.
Yeah.
So that's all about it.
Hey, how did you go from just writing like poetry and your essays and stuff like that to rapping? When did you pick up a mic?
I picked up a mic, I would say maybe like 5 years ago, something like that.
That wasn't 5 years ago.
Yeah, like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Wasn't like I started a little later. You feel me? Because I mean, I never really thought about, you know, rapping like that. So one day, my manager, well, my sister, she my sister also, but my manager, she was managing, like they were forming a group.
Yep.
And they would be recording every day down the street. Had a little setup, so I would go over there, just on some critiquing type shit.
Yeah.
Just like, oh yeah, this will sound better like this, or say it like this, and then one day them niggas was just like, shit, nigga, why don't you lay some shit down?
Get on the mic. You already right
So
here.
I laid some shit down, and it was like, shit, that shit hard. So I was still dibbling and dabbling in it. I was just like, okay, well, at least I know I can do a little something. So I started writing a little more, and then like some time down the line, my sister was just like, what you gonna do, man?
Yeah.
I mean, you doing all this writing and all this other shit and trying to lay shit down, but what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
Just like, well, shit, man, I see what's up. And then I started dropping little projects like I was dropping shit on That Piff and fucking Hot New Hip Hop.
Yep, I used to be
shit
on
like
that shit all day, every day, looking for new mixes.
That's fact.
No cap. Everything. Hip Hop Thugs, Hot New Hip Hop, live mixtapes. What else we had? That Piff.
You remember Butter Bootleg?
My mixtapes.
And I was on Butter
Man,
Bootleg
all
looking for all of the man, bro. All of it, bro. Yeah, for sure.
When you first start making music, man, a lot of times you step out on this limb and you trying something and you kind of depend on your peers to kind of give you that feedback. Okay, that's dope. I'm gonna keep going. Like you said, your first time getting in the booth, it was because your friends said, okay, you go on and do it. And they said, that's dope. So you kind of felt some confidence in that. When was the first time you was putting music out and you kind of got the recognition from your neighborhood? Okay,
I would say that one was Gang Tapes. Gang Tapes did real good. Like that shit did real good. That's how I got a distribution deal with Empire.
Gang Tapes.
Yeah, Gang Tapes.
And why do you think it did so good?
It did so good because I had like 23 tracks on there. I did 23 tracks and like everything. People still tell me to this day, like if you go on iTunes, that shit still got 5 stars on there.
Wow.
People are still listening. Like you know what I mean. And I dropped that shit like a couple years ago.
When you wrote it, when you was doing it, did you know it was gonna have that impact? Was it a different process when you were creating that tape?
Yeah. Well, I just kind of like we did great promo with it. Number one, and number two, we did great promo with it. The marketing was good, and we took time in it. I took time in the track listing. It was just like since then I just been dropping hella projects. I'm trying to drop more projects. Like I'm dropping something with Bonkers on November. Eastside Bonkers on New Year's Eve.
Right.
It's called Eastside Shit. So that's the next thing to be.
Check that out.
Yeah.
I know you. I noticed you, Bonkers, and Yellow Hill. Work a lot.
Me and Yellow Hill got a lot of music. Me and Yellow got a lot. I fuck with my boy, man. We all signed under Diggs management. So
understood. That's what it is. Okay,
we all signed
man.
under the same label. Yeah.
Cause it was crazy. I was like, how did you got Phonk P, you got Yellow Hill? I'm like, how did that happen? Not necessarily. I wasn't shocked because it was Blood in the Crip or nothing like that. I was just shocked because I was like, damn, he way
East side or West side.
He's somewhere totally different. You get what I'm saying?
It's crazy though because I met Bonkers.
Yep.
Okay, I met Bonkers through. No, I was listening to Bonkers shit. And I was like, this nigga kind of dope. And then I just started, tapping in a little more.
Yep.
And then I was just like, bro, let's work, man. You know what I'm saying? So I started seeing like his work ethic he has great work ethic. So what people don't know is Bonkers and Yellow Hill, they like first cousins. That's where the connection come into. I met Bonkers through Yellow Hill, and then Yellow Hill, I saw he was in the studio, him and Free Act Right, my nigga from Inglewood.
Act Right,
yeah, my nigga from
Shaw,
my nigga Free Act Right, man. Yeah, my nigga getting grind and shit. So
that's fact.
I met up with them niggas, and I was hearing Yellow. I was like, damn, this nigga can spit too. So told my sister about him. About Bonkers. Bonkers is already familiar with Diggs.
Yep.
And
Diggs is your sister.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's your sister is your manager.
Yeah.
So he keeping it in the family too.
Yeah. See, well, she went to school. She got a degree with media management. I couldn't go wrong with it.
You can't go wrong.
You know what I'm saying? She's a manager. You feel me?
Right. This your big sister or your little sister?
This is my little sister. Man.
Oh, and his little sister too. Yeah, your little sister she gonna for sure look out for you.
Oh yeah.
Your sister period in general gonna look out for you. Make sure you straight, bro. Yeah. Hell.
Had you always go on that route with your sister being your manager? Had you tried somebody else before that and it didn't work, or had it been like that from the gate, you and your sister?
Yeah, it has, but I have had people that they wanted to manage me. Like one of them niggas wanted to manage me. I ain't gonna say no name or nothing, but
right. Was it Whack 100?
I'm not even gonna say no names, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy,
it must be Whack. Was it Whack?
No. But
man,
you know, can't really get too much into that. But somebody else, you know, was interested. But I'm like, you know, she's great. She has a lot of connections. Yeah. A lot of people know her. You feel me? A lot of people are familiar with her. So you know, I'm just stick with that.
It makes sense. It's equity and family business. So if you help build her up, she builds you up. That's something that you guys have in your family, as opposed to going outside of that. We were just talking about that yesterday, man. So that's what's up.
Yeah, hell yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm with definitely keeping it in the family, bro. You feel me? That's how I see it. You feel me?
Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely go with that. But let me ask you this, bro. Being that, because it's a lot of people like that's just not from California. They don't understand. Like they think, oh, just because you a blood and you a Crip, you can't do music together. You can't do a song together. What you say to that whole myth, like to where, cause you and Yellow Hill got tracks together. Here, blood, you a Crip. Like, what you say to those people that's just like, cause I think it's a misconception about LA, and a lot of people outside of LA don't know it's a lot of politics that go into, you know, how they just don't understand how the whole LA thing work, and they think just because you a blood or just because you a Crip, you doing a song with him, it's not you not who you say you are.
That's fact.
Yeah, it's you know, just times has kind of changed. You feel me? It's far from this is like an evolution of like it's like an evolution of this banging type, you know. And I mean, it's really no color lines like that unless the beef is immediate, you know. Then you know that's when you have to deal with politics, you know, hood politics. But other than that, nah, bro. Like I don't you know, deal with that type of bullshit. If a nigga is dope and we vibing and, you know, there's nothing really there as far as like something going on in my hood and his hood, I'm fucking with him. Crip, SA, it don't even matter. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I look at it like that, you know, this rap game, we all trying to get in it. We all trying to get somewhere. Why hinder yourself from somebody else because they a Crip? Or they a blood, you feel me? Like when y'all both can possibly make some bomb ass music together.
That's fact.
Get a cool little advancement off that motherfucker. Cool little bag.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And both of y'all family eat.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's the whole goal of not goal, but one of the main goals of being in this industry. Like you know, I mean, you doing it for the love of the game, but at the same time, and then you gotta eat too, you know?
Right.
So,
yeah, I think people do forget, like, I don't know if it's a pride thing or whatever the case may be, bro, but some people are not as mature as you are, and their mindset is not like that to where they just work with certain type. I get if you got a person that's your direct enemy. That makes sense. Why would you want to work with your direct enemy?
And put yourself in a situation.
And put yourself in a situation. But if a person is not your direct enemy, just because he's from the other side, don't mean that you can't work with this person. Like you said, why would you hinder yourself?
Exactly.
And then that, not only that too, it's so, man, you cutting off a relationship that could be, this person, you know, this person could be cool as hell. He might be cooler than half of the homies that you grew up with from your neighborhood.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? You just don't take the time out to get to know a person, you know, just because he come from this side or just because he come from the other side. You know, I for me personally, I don't gangbang, bro, but I grew up, you know, all my family did, and I was out around all of so I got firsthand look at certain shit. So I kind of see some shit was, I understood, but certain shit was just like, all right, that was stupid. I couldn't get with that. You get what I'm saying? Why I can't talk to this person or why I can't talk to that person? You get me? So I totally respect you for that, for just that whole, your stance on that whole ordeal. Hey, but look, I'm gonna flip it real quick. You grew up, you played football, right?
Yeah.
Who was in the wrong, bro? Rudolph Mason or Myles Garrett? Did you see that whole situation?
Yeah, I did, man. I don't know. know. It's hard to tell, man. Are you talking about the incident when he fired on him with the helmet, right?
Yeah, cause Rudolph Mason tried to snatch his helmet off first.
And as a football player, somebody try to snatch your helmet off.
That's what you gonna do?
That motherfucker was mad. The anger, it was just like he was like,
mad.
Yeah, he was full with aggression at that time, man. Yeah, 'cause he was really trying to take it off of him, like,
right?
And he got it off.
Yeah,
of
he
him.
he smacked him with it, like
smacked it. Do you think something should have happened to Rudolph Mason though?
Oh man, I mean, he smacked the nigga in the You feel me? Yeah. So I was like, damn.
I seen. Look, he had the little hearing today. And they was saying
they suspended that nigga indefinitely. Yes.
Look, he went in there. He said that Rudolph Mason called him a nigga.
Oh wow!
This is what he said happened.
That's a fact.
But the only thing is, they was saying like before the hearing, he never went back. Like if you was a player, and your teammates, you know, especially your black teammates, you like, man, I went crazy. He called me a nigga. They saying that Miles never told nobody that up until the hearing. So it kind of sound a little
sketchy.
But that's what he said in the hearing, though. So it would make sense.
My question would be is like, what the fuck did he tell you to get you that angry, or what happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? What transpired between one point to another to where you want to take this man's helmet off and then smack him in the head?
Smack him with it.
You feel me? People stop you and all that. You still going? So. I don't know.
I mean, you've been down there. You've been down there on the line, bro. It's a lot of dirty shit that going on the line that we can't hear or see or none of that.
Pinching, punching, all kind of stuff, bro. Like scratching. They do all, especially in a pile. Yeah, it's all kind of stuff going down.
What?
Yeah, they dirty, bro. That's why you gotta put a mask on, bro. They'll put your hand in the finger in your eyes and all of that. If you don't got a face mask, they dirty down there.
I'm playing with a knife or something. That's crazy.
You get off the line, it hits you in the face mask and all that, with the palm, like it's all kind of.
Let me ask you this, man. Being that we talked about the business, you working with your sister, you guys are building up. We see a lot of independent artists, you know, kind of taking control of their own career right now. Ideally for you, you know, you on an incline. Things are looking good. You working. Would you want a major label situation? Would you want to stay independent? How would you want to work that out? Ideally, like what would be the best situation for you?
Well, it all depends on the statistics, first of all. Like, you know.
So it depends on the numbers.
The numbers and, you know, how's this looking? Other than that, if I'm doing good, shit, I'll just play this indie role for as long as I can.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't have no problem with it. I'm doing pretty damn good right now. I stream almost like 500,000 streams a month. So
Could you break that down for artists? Because a lot of us don't really understand how the streaming works. And I think it's better than CDs.
I will definitely break this down to any artist out here, that's listening.
Yep.
Okay. You have to literally stream damn near 1 million a month to get a cool paycheck. Okay. So
when you say cool, what you mean?
Like, you know what I'm saying? You get a few racks, something like
that. So we say like $4,000. You get 1 million.
Okay.
5,000. We say 5,000. Million streams, you get 5,000 a month.
When you looking at it like you only have 20, 30,000 streams or 100,000 streams in, you know, a couple months, or that ain't really no paper like that. You know, a lot of people get it, you know, get the idea mixed up. I just really want to kind of break it down, like, you know, just, you know, have people, you know, to motivate people to get streams higher. You know what I'm saying? It's cool money if you stream it high. You know what I'm saying? If you stream it pretty good, you know what I'm saying, get a cool little, you know, I mean, you can survive off of it if you really doing your music shit and you got distribution and all that. You can really live off of that shit, like for real. I mean, shit, I don't have no job. You feel me? I mean, I got other shit that I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, to get dough. You know, but it's, you know, I live pretty damn comfortable, to be honest with you. So
now, let me ask you, as an indie artist, where does, because that's just a part of some of the income that where else could you get your income from? Like, because a lot of people don't know, they feel like you have to be signed to a major label to get some income. No. You can get it based off your streaming.
You can get based off your streams
too as well, right?
Shows. I mean, you can do shit to where merch. I mean, you reach out to these clothing companies. You know what I'm saying, to where you ain't got to really pay for no clothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It's all kind of shit. It's all kind of shit people can do to eliminate the fact of you spending money and you stacking it. Like, if you can reach out to different clothing companies, get different types of sponsorships or be an ambassador for different things,
sense.
weed, all that. You can get free shit all motherfucking day
because you be the face of their product.
Exactly. As long as you doing your job, elevating and getting your shit together, and you constantly elevating, you will be all right. And as long as you apply yourself, motherfuckers think like, you can really do a lot, man, if you just know how to talk, communicate with people, have structure yourself in talking. You feel me? Come with a game plan and go get that shit.
That's the difference between somebody like you and some other rappers.
That's a fact.
You said, first of all, you said talk. That part of that comes with education.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's true.
So a lot of these people don't. They don't. It's a lot of rappers out here, bro, that I know personally. They got a buzz in the city. They dope. No management. They can't talk to people. Don't know how. It's kind of like sad to see. Like you so dope, but it's like you almost going on you headed on a decline. You get what I'm saying? Just because you don't know how to communicate, or just because of this, or just because of that, bro. But
exactly. Let me ask you this, because I think you really touched on some good stuff with that streaming. I think streaming is better than CDs because it's like compounded interest.
Yes.
The more you work, the more project you put out, people gonna go back and check it. They gonna stream it,
and
that's just keeping it coming.
That is exact. That is correct right there.
Exactly.
And the more content. Okay, I know Dre put out. He tweeted some shit. Oh, it's really more quantity over quality.
That's
nowadays.
What Dr. Dre just posted the other day.
That. Okay, so I mean, he is right, but at the same time, that's how niggas is eating. Like
more quantity.
Come on,
that's why people are dropping albums with 25 songs because you got to stream them 25 songs.
Yeah, I respect what he say, but at the same time, he came from a different era. Like you know what I'm saying. You can be found rapping on the street corner, serving a nigga up, and the word of mouth is so strong because there was no social media, no fucking smartphones or any of that shit. It was just motherfuckers like, hey man, you hear this nigga right here? Oh yeah, he dope, man. He about to do some other shit. I already got a show with you. And that's when the buzz builds. So it's like it was a lot more simpler back then. Like being a nigga like me, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, not even trying to toot my own horn. I think if I was born in the 90s or in his era, I'd be just where he at. You feel me? Like, cause you know what I'm saying. I think I'm pretty talented. But like I said, you can be just rapping somewhere, a nigga hear you and be like, damn, bro, you dope. My homeboy, I know Whoop-de-Whoop, man.
Exactly.
You want me to?
That's how it happened. Man. But then you look at the statement, that's coming from somebody who only has 2 albums in 30 years. So his mindset is going to be quality over quantity. But if you look at somebody else, say like an E40 or somebody who's consistently dropping music, it's not about that. It's okay. Let me keep feeding the people. They gonna keep streaming it, and eventually you gonna come into something that you like.
But this the thing too. Him and E40 came from the same era though.
But it's 2 different type of hustlers.
Okay, that's true. They both West Coast artists, but like how you said, he came out with 2. E40 came out with what, 20, 30. You feel me?
And he started dropping double discs.
Gucci Mane too. Gucci Mane came out with like 40.
I think
projects.
You know what, bro? I think
Mac Dre too.
Yeah, for real, Mac
So
Dre
it
was
works
dropping
both ways, quality and quantity.
Okay,
I think it just depends on the type of person you are and the type of relationship you got with your fans.
Yeah,
supporters rather.
But you know what though? I think, to be honest with you though, too, I agree with y'all on that. But I think like something like what Dr. Dre does, I think that takes a lot of talent to only put out. Because think about it.
That is true. Because that means it's just classic shit.
It's just classic.
Exactly.
But on the back end, I'm sure he probably recorded just as many songs as these artists is putting out. In order to get to that quality. You get me? Because Dr. Dre only got 2 albums.
Exactly.
Lauryn Hill got how many albums?
She
got 1 album?
Exactly.
It's so much that you got to put into perspective too in this era. Like the attention span is what, 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
Songs back then was what, 4 minutes?
4
5
minutes
maybe?
is exactly.
So it's like it's a lot changed. You got these people out here. I mean, like my last project, Ups and Downs, that shit probably almost like at 300,000-400,000. I put it out in April. I got people, when you coming out with some more shit? When you coming out with some more shit? I could put out a project tomorrow and they gonna expect something for Christmas Eve. They gonna still expect that East Side shit Christmas Eve. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people, I don't know. They just want more and more, and I'm cool with that because if I know y'all wanting it like that,
keep working.
Y'all gonna go like how you said, go back to the other shit,
and all the other interests is compounded. because they listen to
It's
that.
just
Okay,
gonna
let me
keep
go back
on
to this.
expanding. Exactly, man.
It's about, I think, today it's
That's
about
real
consistency too.
Exactly.
Because I remember when I saw, when Gucci was dropping so many goddamn.
Yep.
It would be, look, bro, you can listen to Gucci Man at one point every day, and somebody will pull up on you playing a Gucci Man song you ain't never heard.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, what kind of shit is
Exactly.
this? And then Lil Boosie was doing the same thing. He was dropping all kind
Who else did that? Wayne did the same
back
thing.
in the day,
Wayne
Wayne did it
too.
when he had the Squatter, all them Squatter
All the
mixtapes.
squads.
All,
I had all them.
all them, what he had
It was
about
like
6 or 7
It was
of them.
7.
Oh man, I
Squad
remember.
7. It was the last
Listen,
one.
homie, they was dropping. But see, I think those type of people that do that, I think they just like, they got a different work ethic and they just like to work. You get what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of artists that's dope,
Yeah.
but they don't really
They don't like to work.
They don't like to
I've
work.
heard stories about Nas. Nas is one of the greatest, MCs, bar for bar.
Yep.
One of, probably Illmatic is probably one of the greatest hip hop albums ever.
Yeah.
It was Illmatic and It Was Written. But Nas, it's been said that Nas's work ethic is really bad. So Nas will cut something, they need to go back in and tighten it up. He don't want to do it. So you look at somebody like Nas and Jay-Z, they're both great rappers, but two completely different work ethics and two different careers. You know what I'm saying? So it's just based on the type of artist you are, your work ethic, and your relationship with your fans. And we spoke about how music is changing. Like now, Rick Ross put out a song with Drake, and it was 3 verses on it, and it was way too long. He put an extra verse, and I feel like it killed the song, right? How do you do that when you go in the studio? Do you do 2 verses, 3 verses, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? How do you shape your songs, being that things are changing in the streaming world?
Two verses, 2 hooks. I mean, 2 verses, 2 hooks. 2 verses, 2 hooks. That's about it, man. The structure's like that. No more than 2:30.
Yeah.
No more than 2 minutes and 30.
So
bro.
you are conscious of that when you in the studio?
Very conscious.
Yeah.
Like me and Yellow Hill got a song. That shit is at probably 300K right now. Pressure. It's called Pressure.
Yeah, I know.
That shit
That's
is
one
like
of your
a
top
minute.
ones.
That shit is like a minute and
Exactly.
35 seconds or some
Exactly.
shit.
You got the biggest song this year was Old Town Road. That shit was like a minute and 50 seconds
You
or
see what I'm
something.
saying?
But
Exactly.
but let me ask y'all this, because I think that's also a trick too to get your streams up, right? Because
somewhat,
Yep.
somewhat,
Because
yeah.
if your song is a minute and some change,
you gotta press rewind.
I'm pressing it again.
If it's
I like
good,
to hear it again.
Yep.
Let me
Look
hear
at
it again.
Schoolboy. Look at Schoolboy and that Num Num Juice.
Oh,
that song is like a
yeah.
minute and 20 seconds.
You ain't never lied about
And
that.
if you like it, you something there you like. Okay, let me hit rewind. Let me play it again.
And guess what song is the highest streaming on this shit?
Num Num Juice.
Yeah.
Hey,
makes
how did your feature with Planet Asia come
Oh
about?
man, shout out my nigga Doe from Inglewood, man.
Yeah,
Doe
he's
Networks,
awesome.
man.
Mhm.
It's my guy right there. He hooked me up with Planet Asia. I went to New York last year. This year. Well, I went there in January.
Yep.
And he was out there. Planet Asia was out there. And Doe was like, man, you should hook up with my guy. And I've already been familiar with Planet Asia.
Yeah.
I was like, he's dope as fuck. So
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah. I was like, man, I got to get him on this album with me and Flea Lord. And I laid it down. I went out there for 5 days just to knock out a project. I went out there, it was on some whole other different vibe, different environment. Let's see how this goes type shit. And I really liked it. That's why I'm going back out there to knock another one out. But besides that, we knocked out New York, and I sent it to him.
Yep,
and
I
the nigga
seen
was
that
fucking
NY
with it.
that
He was
remix.
he was like, man, that nigga like that. So I was like, for sure, man. And he hopped on there and that shit. Him and G4 Jag were the only collabs on there. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen G4 Jag. I thought I was like Jag. I thought he was the
not
other
from
Jag.
LA.
Yeah,
This is G4 Jag. He from New York and shit. Yeah.
Got you. Yeah, I seen that. That's that. Y'all redid the New York joint.
Yeah, that album did real good, man. We sold vinyls too. Like we damn near sold out the vinyls, $40 a piece.
Wow, that's another avenue of merch that people not really looking at.
Progression right there.
Exactly.
I record label contacted me and told me how many we sold, and I was like, word.
Yeah,
wow.
It's like, damn.
I mean, the DJs is getting back to they want to feel
like
the money.
That was Empire. Huh?
People hate. People hate. This was through a private GGBR. They're based in Canada, I believe. And we got a vinyl deal. My boy Flea Lord, shout out my nigga Flea. He got that vinyl deal for us, and it's crazy because
Is that Flea Lord from Griselda?
Yeah.
That man,
See,
that's crazy.
He got.
That's
I
my
didn't know
guy.
Griselda's. I think they the hip hop. Yeah, they the hardest out
feel
right
me? West
now.
Side Gun?
Yeah, bro. They're my
Oh,
niggas.
wait a minute.
You know
hold
you
on,
that-
hold on.
Personally,
Time out.
bro.
Them the
Yeah.
hardest out right
No,
now.
wait,
I was just
that's-
arguing with somebody about them. Like they gonna be bigger than G Unit.
Yeah, every time they
That's
come
what I
out here,
said.
they
That's-
tap in with me.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
him. That's with what's my other? Not
Benny.
Yeah,
Yes.
Benny the Butcher.
Them the hardest, man.
Oh, see,
I
I ain't have a
FaceTime them
clue.
niggas
I'm
right
like,
there.
I'm-
You feel me? Yeah.
I see
I
it.
mean,
I'm
man,
like, Flea
because
Lord,
people
who
don't
is
be
that?
knowing because they from
Yeah.
Buffalo, New York. But that gritty boom bap, that rap, it's spreading and people love that shit.
And
man.
that's how I met Flea. Okay, I met Flea. Shout out my nigga Doe again. That's my brother, man. That's my brother. Whoop. So this nigga, he owned a dispensary out here before he moved. So I met up with him, and he was telling me, he was like, "Yeah, man." I met Gun prior to that. We were just like, shortly acquainted when we was at the studio. So Doe was like, "Hey, man, I'm going to Buffalo, man. Shit, I want you to go out there with me." I'm like, "Shit, when you leaving?" He was like, "Man, I'm leaving next week." And he kind of pressed that line, like, I want you to come out here, like, basically, like, let these niggas know, like,
Yeah.
you feel me? You coming all the way out here to their coast to fuck with them, like, let's, it kind of makes a statement, like, okay, he fucking with me, nigga caught a plane, come fuck with a nigga. So anyway, we go out there. I go out there and I meet up with Gun first, and then Flea was with him, and then. For some reason, man, like me and Flea, we was just vibing. We was smoking hella dro in the car. He playing all this shit, and I'm like, this nigga's gritty. Like I like
Flea
this
is
sound.
dope
Like
too, though.
I just love that shit. I love that gritty sound. So I was listening. I was like, hey, bro, we gotta get a project together.
Yeah.
He was like, oh man, Mando, all this other shit. Then we go to Gun Show later. Popping. It was in Buffalo. You feel me? Fucking whole city out. Yep. Conway, Benny, we all on stage and shit. That shit stupid, Bracken. You feel me?
That's deep, man.
Yeah, that shit was dope. Beanie Siegel with us. Yes, I had fucking dinner with Beanie Siegel.
That's deep.
When
I listen to July 27th, man,
you feel me?
they got it on a whole different level, man.
Bro, I respect them niggas so fucking much and their grind and they hustle and all that. Man, them niggas have a fucking formula.
It's a machine that's unstoppable.
And it's fucking working.
They got painters, they got merch, they got beats,
man.
they got everything. They got the streets, they got fashion.
Crazy, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
and I think modeling yourself, because I'm looking at what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
They more tapped in than the major labels. They got it under control.
Hell yeah.
So as an independent artist looking at that grind, you like, damn.
It's like they a major independent label.
Exactly.
You feel me? Like on everything. But yeah, they're my guys, man. Pretty Ricky. We got some song. Me and Pretty Ricky got some shit. Ricky High. We got some shit together. And hopefully Conway's supposed to get on Boastal Lords, which is the next project to Ups and Downs with me and Flea. So hopefully I can get that, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, man. I walked in Cookies on Sunset about a month ago, and I've been man, I be telling people about them all the time because people don't be up on it. Like unless you ahead, you know what I'm saying? You don't really know. Man, I walk in Cookies and I see Conway, and I'm like, yo, y'all don't. I'm tripping. Y'all don't know who that is. That's one of the best rappers in the game right now. Oh yeah. Don't nobody know who he is. I'm like, y'all gonna find out soon. Like, y'all gonna find out.
A beast, bro.
For sure.
Benny too. They work ethic all is crazy, man.
That's crazy. That's why it all makes sense, bro. Listening to your style, how you able to jump in and out, like, cause I was listening to. Cause that EP Ups and Downs is an EP with Flea Lord, right? That one got like it's like 6 tracks on there.
6, yeah.
It was like 6 tracks on there. I remember that, and I'm like Flea Lord. I'm like Flea, who was that? Who was that? But
he's loyal to your death, but he's Griselda. Like he's not Griselda, but he's damn near with them. But he's loyal to your death, though. That's his shit. You feel me?
Was it Derringer production on there, or who was the producer on that?
On which one?
On that project you and Flea did.
Oh, it was we had we went through like maybe like 200-300 beats.
Damn.
Yeah. The first night we went through beats for like maybe like 2-3 hours just listening. We getting beats from everywhere. All kind of people. It was God Bless. It was Zuki, G5, which is from the West Coast.
I go by the name of G5 like this.
Yes,
that same
my
G5.
guy, man. We have so many bangers together. Hell yeah.
G5 high.
Yeah, G5. Yeah, and then my nigga Frenchie, which is the guy we was at. It was his studio. He used to be with Trackmasters. Remember them back in the day?
Yeah. Hits, really.
Yeah. So and the other two, fuck, I hate that. I don't know their names, but anyway, we had 6 different tracks, 6 different producers.
Damn, that's what's up.
Yeah, hopefully I work with Derringer this next time though, for real.
Hey, how did you? You got that new joint with Mozzie. That's the newest.
Yeah.
How did that whole feature? How that come about?
Well, Mozzie, that's my nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? When we be seeing each other, or when he's out here and we out and about, and I run into him, he always showing love. You know what I'm saying? He, always, we always talking and shit like that. So one day we was at the homie B party, and it was at what's that club downtown? Where they throw events? The Staples Center, the Novo. The Novo.
Whatever. Yeah.
He was at the Novo, and he was there, and then chopped it up with him. Then I went outside to smoke and shit, and he came outside, and we was just chopping it up.
Yeah.
And the nigga he was like, "What you been on, Phonk?" I'm like, "Shit, man, just working, grinding. You know how it is." He was like, "Hell yeah." I was like, "You got some shit?" I was like, "Yeah, I got some shit coming up, man." He was like, "Man, shit, throw a nigga on something." I said, "What?" I said, "What?"
Easy call.
Man, easy, man.
Yeah.
What the next 2 days later, I sent him that joint. He fucked with it. So now, he's been real busy on projects and stuff like that. We're trying to get the video together. I've been trying to get in contact with him so we can get it together. He already said we're shooting a video.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time. So I'm just really trying to get that all together.
He dropped a project with Sue Surf today.
Yeah. Blood Cousins.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that your joint too got Bonkers on it too, right?
Oh yeah,
me and
Bonkers and Mozzie. Yeah. So we got when the video come, we bringing the whole city out, man. Everybody already asking like, when are y'all gonna do the video? When's the video? So it's just really, I'm waiting on Mozzie.
We might have to pop out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm for sure gonna let y'all know. Hell yeah.
Hey, was that radio? Am I tripping? Was that Radioactive that did that video?
Yeah, shout out Radioactive. He the one who did. I did a few joints with Radioactive. So I met him through Diggs. So
that's what it is. Well, I mean, we could keep going.
Yeah.
If you got some more, you know what I'm saying, something you want to lead the people with, give them your handles again. When the project's coming out and all that, we want to make sure that they tapped in and they, followed up and all that.
All right, well, it's Phonk P. You can follow me at Phonk P, which is PHONKP. Everything is the same. Tap into my latest shit, Gangland with my nigga Mozzie. Boaster Lords is coming soon. Eastside shit dropping Christmas Eve.
Man, hey, I just want to say once again, man.
With my nigga Bonkers, Whoa.
Yeah, hey, you good. I just want to say thank you, bro. I appreciate you for coming down here, bro. taking time out of your
I like this shit.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, man, it was cool, man. I just appreciate you. You took time out of your day to actually come down here. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, with y'all, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep something real 100. Y'all are a lot interactive, a lot more interactive than a lot of other interviews I've been on. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, like really, I can feel y'all energy, y'all vibe and shit. That's
Appreciate
dope. You feel me?
Bro.
A lot of niggas when you go to the interview, it's just like, okay, structure questions. Like, oh yeah, so next question or play a little game or something. Like, you feel me? Like
corny, goofy.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
that's why I don't really do them like that no more. But this is for sure dope.
I
bro.
appreciate you.
I got one more question for you, man, because I feel like you doing a lot. Coming from where you come from, you got a degree, you connected with brothers on the East Coast, you're doing a whole lot of stuff, man. At which point, after seeing what's happened, I know you get this question a lot. We just got it. I know that people want to know. After seeing what happened to Nipsey, does it pull you away from the hood? Does it make you move differently when you in Compton, or what does that do to your mindset moving forward?
Absolutely, it does. It has me a little bit more cautious of things, and it's fucked up because no one really knows the true situation of what happened with all that. You feel me? But it's kind of fucked up, like a man like that going, doing all this for his community, and at the same time he gets killed in his community. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of has you thinking like, you know what I'm saying? What if?
Exactly.
A lot of what ifs. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, yeah.
Do that deter you away from like
coming back to the hood?
No, not coming back to the hood, but just like building in your own community like that.
No, I would just move a little differently.
Okay. Right,
but I'm not. It's not gonna stop me. No, I still want to give back to my community. My mom instilled that in me. Like, you got to give back. You feel me? You got to give back. She's a well-known, respected school teacher in Compton. So it's like, got to give back.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I
there it
did
is,
that,
there, man.
Oh yeah, well, like I was saying, man, because I just wanted to say thank you, bro, because you didn't even have to come down here. Hey, and then
Yeah,
for
no
the people,
problem, man.
and long story short, bro, he was here before I got here, bro. So you know, he was here. What you mean? He was
I didn't know.
He was outside before I got here, man. So stop playing
Yeah, I
with
just
the shit.
smoked the blunt real quick, and I just got
And as we, as we grow, we'll have weed for everybody to pull up. We got champagne, weed, whatever you need. You know what I'm saying?
It's all
But
good.
we starting out, so thank you for coming up, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, big bro, for sure, man.
hell
Thanks for
yeah.
having me, man.
Yeah, no
Anything
worries.
else? Any positive words you want to leave, especially like the young kids?
Yeah, man. Shit. If you out there doing, if you out there not really trying to get a blue collar, white collar, 9 to 5, whatever, and you really want to pursue your shit with this entertainment, do that shit. Just be consistent. That's all I gotta say about that. Yeah.
Be consistent.
What you got for him, man? You always leave him something positive, man.
Oh man, you know what's so crazy? Because it kind of speak to like just like his story and what my mama used to say all the time. She'd tell me, bro, if you in school and you in class, if you at school fucking up fool, at least make sure your work done.
Yeah.
At least make sure you handle your business.
Handle your
business first.
Handle
You
your
feel
business.
me?
That's a fact, man.
It's still Phonk P. Handle the business with he got his degree.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm hanging with y'all. I'm qualified.
I'm qualified to do this, but I also got my business.
I got
handle.
my business handle. Y'all, I can do both. I can play both sides.
For real.
So if you out here and you thugging, make sure you get your education too as well, bro. Straight up.
For all the young brothers that's
For all
looking
the
at
young
this,
ones,
man.
I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm saying make sure I ain't preaching to you, but make sure you get your education too as well, bro. Period. Point blank.
There it is, man. Well, Peace and Love Podcast, man. We'll be back on Monday. God is good, man. Y'all take it easy. Y'all follow up. And that's it, man. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Peace and love. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love.